Hello, everyone in Vinyl Land. Crazy Jimmy here. Got a Saturday night video for you. I've got a pretty good collection here of stuff I want to go over. A lot of it is private pressings. I know a lot of you love that, so there's plenty of cheap heat here. I'm always good with bringing some cheap heat. There's also going to be some psych. There's going to be some acid folk, loner folk, acid archive stuff. Like I said, tons of private pressings, some major label pressings. So stick with it. This could be a long video. Hang in there. Watch the whole thing. Comment down below. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends. All right, let's get started. We'll start with something everyone's probably seen, but my favorite from the Seeds, Future. This one here, I believe this is their third album, and this is the one that is really, they kind of get away from their garage roots and really take on that flower power psych, the psychedelic movement that was going on in 67, 68. This is just phenomenal. I'm actually not a huge fan of their garage rock. But so I was kind of hesitant on this one, but when, I heard a couple tracks, just kind of blew me away, especially all the different instruments that Sky Saxon plays on this album. It's just unbelievable. So really, really, tons of replay value, tons of great songs. Reminds me a little bit of the Stones, what they did in 67 with Satanic Majesties, but a little bit of that. But I mean, this is a little more far out than that. There is a garage song on here, the third track on the A side, but other than that, the rest of it is really good psychedelic, pop psych or psych, acid psych on this one. So if you've never heard the Seeds, or you always thought everything was garage rock and you're not a garage rock fan, and I'm not saying I'm not, I like garage rock, but this is the album for me, Future by Seeds. Nice gatefold cover too. Alright, next up, I'm going to get most of the major label stuff out of the way early. This is Human Beings, Evolutions. This is their second album. I'm sorry for the glare. It's in the shrink, and it's also in a wrap, but it's on the Capitol label. You don't see this one in the wild much, but you can get it online. Really good psychedelic rock. If I was to give you a touch point, I would say early Electric Prunes, probably Underground, is the best reference point for this album. But there's certainly some really good fuzz guitar on here as well, if you like that sort of thing. So check that out. Next up, great pop psych band. This is Glad, Feeling Glad. Pretty, and you can tell this is going to be pop psych. It's on ABC label, by the way. Kind of looks like it would be Sunshine pop, but it's not. It's definitely pop psych. There's some heavier tunes on here. There's even a little bit of early, what I would call power pop on a track or two. But I really like it. This is actually Timothy B. Schmidt. I think this is his first band. Or was he? I'm not sure if he was with them when they were New Breed prior to this. But they changed their name from New Breed to Glad. And then they became Red Wing after this. There are some country rock songs on here, which also sound great, but they really adopted 100% country rock when they became Red Wing after this album. So everything they did in the 70s on the Fantasy label with the band Red Wing was country rock, cosmic country, which I also highly recommend. But this is a phenomenal pop psych album. Does have some rural moments on it, which I also love. So check that out. Not terribly expensive. I think the rest are going to be pretty much private pressings, so why don't we get into it? All right, this one here is Scott Brown and The Tempest on Fish Creek Records. It's called 10 Speed, and there's the label. Pretty cool green Fish Creek label. really good, moments of like West Coast, Laurel Canyon vibes, some singer-songwriter, some acoustic, really good backup vocals, good harmonies. I really like this. This was actually a top shelf private press for me, and it's not terribly expensive right now. It probably will get expensive because it is hard to find, but this is Scott's first one. He does have a second one, which I don't have yet, but I do highly recommend this one. Next up is, this is just top shelf as well. I mean, this is Sid Selvage. I hope I pronounced his last name right. I'm sure his son from the band Hold Steady, his son is in the band Hold Steady. I'm sure if he sees this, he'll correct me. But this is Sid's like seminal album. This is his best, in my opinion. Recorded in 1975 with Jim Dickinson at Arden Studios in Memphis. Released in 76 on Sid's own Peabody label. This is his boutique label because I guess no one else would put it out, so he just started his own boutique label, Peabody, and actually put out an Alex Chilton album on this label. And I love this label with the bird. Just a phenomenal label. Or is that a swan? I don't know. Or maybe it's a goose, Canadian goose. But Alex Chilton also released an album on this label, Flies on Sherbert, I think it was called. But yeah, Sid recorded this at Ardent with Jim Dickinson. Jim plays on a couple tracks, plays piano with his Neutron friends. And this is just the best way I can describe this is a male version of Blue by Joni Mitchell. That's how I feel about it. That's how good it is. His vocals are phenomenal. Just a great vocalist. He had an album before this, which I'm going to show, but this is the one. This is like his number one. This is the one that everyone talks about. It's called The Cold of the Morning. And again, if you're a fan of Joni Mitchell, obviously they're male vocals, but and it's acoustic guitar. There's really not a lot of piano on here, but God, just the vocals and his phrasing and the songs. Songs are bluesy. Yeah, there's some blues, Memphis blues. There's rock. There's folk, loner folk, acid folk. A little bit of everything there. Check it out. Next up is, oh my God, this is the U.S. Kaleidoscope band, which I love. Great psychedelic band. Chris Darrow was in that band. And this is his first album called Artist Proof. You can see that. There's the cover. It's an embossed cover. It's pretty cool. It's on the Fantasy label. So yeah, this isn't a private press, but might as well be one. I mean, it's hard to find out in the wild for sure. But yeah, so good. Now, this is not, if you're expecting Kaleidoscope like Psych on this, you're not going to get it. What you are going to get is Rolling Stones' Exile on Main Street. That's what you're going to get. That type of rural country rock, blues country, just really good. Some acoustic moments here, but the vocals and the harmonies behind Chris on this album and his other I'm going to show remind me of the Rolling Stones and how they sounded on Exile on Main Street. So check it out. If you liked Exile on Main Street, you will love Chris Darrow's first two albums. Absolutely love them. This is Artist Proof, my favorite from Chris. Next up, Stan Moeller, Thin Ties. My God, this is a great private pressing. This is, label is this? Goldfish Records. There's a goldfish right there. But yeah, this is a fantastic private pressing from, I want to say it was from 79. He recorded these in the 70s. It was released in 1980. That's it. But all the songs are from the 70s. Sounds like they're from the 70s. This is singer-songwriter, acid, loner folk, all the way through. Just phenomenal. I'm surprised this is so inexpensive. It's not easy to find, though. But if you do find it, it'll be around $50. But, grab it when you can, because I mean, this is going to start selling for over $100. You watch. It's really that good. Oh, next up, one of my very favorite purchases in the last few months. It's in the top 10, let's put it that way. This is Greenwood, Curly, and Clyde, One Time, One Place. That is a screen printed sleeve, so very DIY. There's the private pressing label. Jeez, how can I describe this? It's like there's piano ballads on it. Look, first of all, everything's alternative on this. This was released in 1970 something. I forgot the year, but released in the 70s. Just phenomenal. Acid. There's some not really acid. There's some loner folk going on. There's Todd Rundgren-esque ballads, but it's hard to explain. They're bent. They're a little bit bent, but the melodies are fantastic. I mean, I'm lost for words on this one, but this is Greenwood, Curly, and Clyde. They're from Minnesota, I want to say. One Time, One Place. Just check out the sniffs online. You will absolutely love this. There's some rural country West Coast vibes on here as well, and just phenomenal. It's very indie for a 70s in private pressing. It sounds like it was released in the 90s to me. It's just crazy, but anyways, really good. Next up, another top 10 pickup in the last few months. This is Gary and Alan Porn. You heard me right, Porn, Creekside. Check those dudes out, Gary and Alan. Gary even signed it up here. Thank you, Gary, for signing it. And this is a private pressing as well. There's the label. West Coast meets Psychedelic. The first couple tracks on here are super smooth, dreamy, psychedelic tracks with a little bit of a blues edge, and then the remainder of it is very rural West Coast, Laurel Canyon, country rock, cosmic country, all that good stuff. This is an early 70s release, I believe. I think it was 72, 73, around there, but Gary and Alan Porn, Creekside, top shelf. Next up, this dude's from my home state, New Hampshire, released on Saloon Records. Love that label. Sorry for the glare. It's Bill Madison, and this is Sunday Morning Hayride. There's Good Bill. Released in 72, I believe. And again, more of the same, West Coast, loner folk, a little bit of acid folk, a little bit of cosmic country, a little bit of James Taylor-esque picking going on. Just really great. A lot of the stuff I'm going to be showing you going forward is of this ilk, and you just can't go wrong with this. It's getting up there. It's starting to get up there. So, if you check it out, if you like it, pick one up while you can. New Hampshire, Saloon Records, Bill Madison. Top shelf. All right, next up, another great pickup. Phil Lewin, Am I Really Here All Alone? And these were numbered, so there was only 300 pressed. Everything's DIY. I'm actually going to show you the back of this. He only hand numbered and signed the first 100, and so I did manage to get one numbered number 33. Everything is DIY. It's a pasted on slick and a pasted on slick on the back. And the label here, pretty cool private pressing label. Again, acid folk, loner folk, some good blues, good fuzz guitar, a lot of acoustic, just great guitar work. Vocals are excellent. Again, if you like that rural West Coast sound like I do, and country rock, cosmic country, all that stuff, Phil Lewin, great private pressing. I don't understand how these great albums kind of just go nowhere. I guess it's just they didn't have any money behind them. Next up, what a great album this is. This is a psych masterpiece in my mind. This is Jade, Faces of Jade. And I know Vinyl Piper talked about this one as well. Really great album. Has a hype sticker, My Honey, which shocked me because it's on this, I think this is a private pressing. It's on this cool Gar label, unless this is a subsidiary of a major. You rarely see hype stickers on private pressing, so, but just really fantastic, Beatlesque, psych, has a little bit of Zombies, a little bit of Beatles, just all those British invasion bands of the late 60s, but this is a 1971, I think, this came out in 71, privately pressed, Ohio, so just unbelievable find and really killer album. Can't recommend this one enough. Jade, Faces of Jade, especially if you like that Beatlesque sound. Another really great album. I was really shocked. This is actually on a major sub, so it's not really a private press on the GRT label. This is St. Jacques, self-titled. And when I got this, I'm like, I listened to the snips. It sounded good. Found it for a great price in the shrink. Got a 3 for $1 price sticker on it, which blows my mind. Gatefold, I believe. Yeah. This is unbelievable. The harmonies are incredible. Like as good as Simon and Garfunkel harmonies. There's even tracks on here that are as good as anything Simon and Garfunkel did. That's not hyperbole. This is a great album. And it's super cheap heat too. You can get this for $25-30. St. Jacques. Highly recommend this early 70s album. I don't think they had another one after this. This is their only one. But boy, is it a good one. So check that out. Next up, this is the David, Another Day, Another Lifetime. Right there in the shrink. And it's got a pretty cool label. I think this is a private pressing. Love the label. But yeah, this is popsike with some fuzz guitar in there for sure. But this is primarily popsike. A little bit of fuzz guitar going on. Definitely high quality, but not as good as Jade. Not as good as Jade, but it's good. So check that out as well. All right, next up, private pressing by Patterson and Pulse, Grand Tetons. I've never been to the Tetons. I want to go. But yeah, really good loner folk album. Great harmonies by the two of them. And this was from 1977. So yeah, if you like acoustic duos, privately pressed, loner folk, that sort of thing, really good. Not loner though, because it's a duo, so maybe it's not. You can't call it loner folk, can you? This is their second album, which was released in 1984, but these are demos that were supposed to be on a second album. They recorded in 78, 79, Patterson and Pulse. This is called Second Time Around, privately pressed. Just be warned, they're all demos, but there's some really good tracks on here. So I was so impressed by Grand Tetons, I had to locate this one as well. All right, next up, this was the other Chris Darrow I was telling you about, but this one's on United Artists label. Again, Exile on Main Street, Rolling Stones is a great touch point for this. So check that out. Former Kaleidoscope band member. All right, I got three coming up from a guy with the last name of Knight. This is Lonnie Knight. This is his first one. Family in the Wind. Right there. And back. It's got some blues, some folk, some rock, some acoustic. Really good private press there. And then his second album, from 75 or 76, Song for a City Mouse. Lonnie Knight on the Flashlight label. Really good. There's some country rock on here. There's some acoustic, singer-songwriter, some folk. A little bit of everything on here. Really good though. Great vocals as well. Great musicianship. And then another one by a man named Knight. This one here is Kenny Knight, Crossroads. And those of you who know me, this has been high on my list to find. Can't believe I found one. I'm going to actually take this out. This is in the shrink. It's on Callip Records. There. And man, this is like primo cosmic country, rural Americana, West Coast goodness. Unbelievable. Touch points would be like, there's the back, like American Beauty, Grateful Dead. Some really happy songs on here. Some great psych moves throughout. There's banjo. There's great harmonies, great vocals. The guitar interplay Kenny gets here is phenomenal. The majority of this is cosmic country. That's the best way I can describe it. And this is top shelf. I am going to be doing a top 10 private pressing in my collection. So I'm going to do a top 10 countdown, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek. This is in the top 10 for sure. Kenny Knight, Crossroads. Now you can, finding an original, this is going to be really hard, but you can get the repress that was put out by Numero Group's, who's it called? Numero Group sub Paradise of something. I don't know. There it is. That label. Paradise of Brothers or something. But you can get it for $20 from that while you wait to find an original, because I'm going to tell you right now, the original smokes the repress. The repress to me sounds a little digital, so don't know what happened there, but Analog City right here. All right, next up, another private press, the B.B. Jackson Band, Midnight Rider. Writer, not rider. There's the label, super primitive label. Not much going on there. Cool cover though. Someone's sitting at a desk writing. Yeah, this has a little bit of everything on here. There's some balladry that's really good. There's some cosmic country songs with great harmonies, West Coast vibe. There's a really good bluesy track on here as well. There's a decent Dylan cover here as well. So it's all pretty much stuff they wrote, but the Dylan cover is also really good to end. I think it's called Sarah. They cover Sarah, but really great album by B.B. Jackson Band. Next, I think I saw Psychedelic show this, but so I'll be quick with it. The band song called Album. This is a white label MGM. I've never seen a white label. I usually see like the yellow label with disc jockey promotional on it. This is just a white label promo, but fantastic. You know, a lot of power pop on this. I was actually really surprised when I spun it for the second time. I heard the snips, loved it, found it, bought it. But yeah, it's got some Beatlesque moments, some great harmonies, but there's some big star like power pop on here too, which kind of took me by surprise. So that was cool. Great album. All right, next up, got a couple by Jerry Rafferty and Conley, the Humble Bums. This is their first album, The Humble Bums, self-titled. Gotta love that cover. Jerry Rafferty before Stuck in the Middle with You and all that Baker Street and all that stuff he put out. There's a Liberty label. But yeah, this is not my favorite Humble Bums. I love this, but my favorite one from them is their 1970 release, which is this one here. called Open Up the Door. So why do I have two? Well, this one I couldn't resist. It had this hype sticker on it with Jerry Rafferty on it, and it had like a had the promotional flyer signed by Bill Roberts from United Artists. So I already had this, and I saw this, and I'm like, oh, I gotta snag it. So because this is my favorite one from them. Best touch point here is Paul McCartney. Certainly his first Paul McCartney Ram and his first album, Band on the Run, too. If you like Paul McCartney, you're going to love the Humble Bums. Alright. More private pressings. Alright. I did show one from this gentleman on my last video, but I don't think I had these at the time. So this is Bill Greenwood. Private pressing. This is Rain on Me, his second album, and this is his third, Time of Seasons. I showed his first album the last time. Pretty generic labels, private pressing labels. But yeah, the best touch point here is Elton John, believe it or not. Elton John, but there's also some good good ballads on here, but there's also some a little bit of cosmic country and a couple tracks, especially on this one here. This one's mostly all piano, but yeah, good 70s private pressings right there, and those are super cheap. So check out Bill Greenwood. Get them. You can get those for $5-10, and they're well worth it. Wilkinson Tricycle, right there on the Date label. This is pretty heavy acid psych, some blues rock as well. Great harmonies. The harmonies were very Beatlesque to me. Always attracts me to an album. So, but yeah, Wilkinson Tricycle. Good stuff. All right. The other Sid salvaged. This is Portrait. This is his first release, 1972 or 71 on the Enterprise label. Of course, Terry Manning released his on the Enterprise label. Huge Memphis roots here with this guy. So, recording with a lot of those guys, and Nick's cutting the albums for him. So, but yeah, another great release with all kinds of, little Louisiana swamp, little blues, little folk, little acid folk, a little bit of everything there. And always great vocals from Sid. Next up, this is Billy, called Persephone. Persephone. Look at that cover. You would think it was psychedelic, but it's not really a psych album. Great private press label, Orion Records. What this is more rural West Coast than psych. Now, there are some prog moments, some psych moments, some country prog moments, but it's all kind of thrown in a blender. It's really good. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I think it's like Helvis. There's a Q in there. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce the name, but Billy is his first name. And the only thing on this is Billy, and then Persephone. Let me show the back, show you what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. So, but yeah, really, you all know I love my cosmic country, and I love my harmonies, and West Coast vibe. And there were some tracks on here that certainly had that. So I'm not going to turn that away. Next up, private pressing, Jody Koenig, Passion Creek. Right there. It's on this Rave label. This isn't really cheap heat, but it's good. It's got a little AOR going on. It's got some some folk songs on here as well. There's a couple country rock songs. It's a little bit mixture of everything here. There's some pop as well, but it's all done in a 70s way. So even though this was released in, I want to say this was released in 81 or so, around there, but you'd never know it. Sounds like a 70s album to me. All right. Next up we have the band West. And this is Bridges, their second album on Epic label. Man, there's some really great, dreamy West Coast Laurel Canyon tracks on here. So, and this is Cheap Heat for sure. So pick up both albums from West. You won't be sorry if you like that brand of music. Next up we have Jack Ross, Quite the Handyman. You know, kind of James Taylor-esque, acoustic. 1975, released on the Room Service label. Great stuff there if you like that type of folk, which I do. And there's another one in here. I'll show you. Can't seem to find it quickly. But he was also a duo. Here we go. Jack Ross and Woody Bowles, Sedalia. And this came before the one I just showed you there. This one was 73 or 72. There's the back. But yeah, really good harmonies and acoustic tracks on here as well. So great private pressing. All right, I've got a lot more albums, and I'm kind of running out of time. I don't want this to go crazy. We'll show you a couple more. This is Cherokee. So I picked up a Psych album by the Robs, and I really liked it. And I noticed the Robs turned into Cherokee with the Rob brothers in there on the ABC label. And man, this is phenomenal. Oh, what's the touch point on this? I had a great touch point too. Oh yeah, if you like the Jayhawks, now obviously this was released in 72, I think. The Jayhawks are started recording in the late 80s. But I would be shocked if the Jayhawks didn't hear this album. I mean, there's tracks on here. You close your eyes and go, damn, that's a Jayhawks song. And I love the Jayhawks. Love the Jayhawks. I got everything the Jayhawks ever released sitting right over there. And this is just like the 70s version of the Jayhawks. Unbelievable. Cherokee. Self-titled. Check out the Robs too. I have their self-titled album as well, which is great. Got a couple from Bill Wilson. Made in the USA, 1980. And Talking to Stars, 1976. What can I say about Bill Wilson? Probably a lot of you know him already, but these are private pressings. This one's on Red Bud label. And I say you probably know him because he's released a few albums. Here's the blue label here. But yeah, this is great. Bluesy, folk, rural. There's some rural going on as well. Just great vocals, great guitar work, great writing. Kind of Dylan-esque, but the vocals aren't Dylan-esque. So if that helps a little. Alright, what else do we want to show you here in this video before we call it? Yeah, we'll save here's the Robs I was telling you about. This is pre-Cherokee. Great pop psych on the Mercury label. Really good vocals. You look at that and you think, okay, it's going to be bubblegum. It's not. It's not. It's not bubblegum. Pop psych all the way. Alright, let's close it out with one more. I'm going to close it out with this one, which is actually a duplicate. This is a private press John Price Beginner's Luck right there. And pretty basic private pressing label. But yeah, this has really surprised me on how good it was. How I ended up with 2 copies, I don't remember. I know I picked up one really cheap at a shop, but I don't remember where the first one came from. But anyways, I did post one for sale on Discogs if anyone's interested in it. Listen to the snips online, let me know. There's if you like James Taylor, there's a couple tracks that'll remind you of Taylor's picking style, acoustic style. There's an AOR track that's pretty good. Some good melodies. There's even a country rock song on here. 2 country rock songs that are very good as well. So this is starting to get up there in money too. So if you do like what you hear, get it now because it's starting to rise. So John Price, Beginner's Luck. Let me know if you're interested in my extra copy on that. So we'll just end it on that. I got a bunch more here, but we'll have to do another video on that. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate everyone. Everyone have a safe rest of your weekend, safe week. Hopefully I can do another one of these real soon. I am going to do my top 10 private pressings in my collection real soon, so stay tuned for that. And please subscribe and comment and hit the like. Take care.